What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Unleashed Potential Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Haji, as always, alongside Jabbar and Elmi. How you guys doing? Yeah. Good, only two names now. I told you last week, didn't I? I'm not gonna get them wrong again.
It's only been 1 week, man.
100%. Hey, slow but steady.
All right.
We're a man like today. It's just the three of us, the three amigos.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, Omar Hassan couldn't make it today due to some other commitments.
And the replacement couldn't make it as well.
And the replacement couldn't make it as well. I think we're going to fire him. If you're
He's
watching
intern,
this, you're fired.
But
nah, alhamdulillah, man. Man, normally we talk about our week and how we've been, but I think today's topic really encompasses that. And it's this whole, may Allah keep all of us and all our viewers and listeners safe and healthy.
Amen.
And all those that are sick, may Allah give them shifa. But it's this whole coronavirus or COVID-19 frenzy that's going on. Firstly, I don't even know much about it. What is it?
Well, not many people know much about it. And firstly, I get most of my information from the World Health Organization because there's a lot of I think the biggest, scariest thing about it is the transmission is very quick. Everyone gets it and not a lot of information is known about it. So a lot of people are coming up with things saying it's very dangerous. It's not that dangerous. The truth is, we don't know a lot about it, which is that's the scary part to me.
Yeah, that's much scarier than I think.
It's overrated, man.
You reckon?
Nah.
Are you one of them people?
He's one of those.
One of them people. People are dying left, right, and
Let me
center.
tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
Yesterday I had a sore throat. And my sister was ripping into me. Oh, you got coronavirus, this, that, bro.
They try to lock you in the house.
I used the
Black seed oil?
I sacked the black seed oil. Full garlic, bro.
Yeah.
I chewed the garlic. You swallow the juice. It's not easy.
It's burning.
He swallows the juice, burns it. I'm 100% now, brother.
But how do you know you had corona? It might have just been a sore throat.
That's the symptoms, sore throat, temperature.
Flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I ain't seen no Chinese lately. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing, bro. The racism, you could say, the discrimination against people from the southeast.
I love my Chinese.
No,
I never discriminate against Chinese, bro.
But here in Australia, you have kids being bullied at school that grew up here. Just because they look Chinese, they're getting discriminated.
That already happened at work.
I was at, subhanAllah, I'll tell you, man, I was about to laugh. There was this lady, I was in front of her at the groceries. You know, the Asian shops, they pretty much own all the fruit and veggies shops. So pretty much, I was at the one near my house in the area. I was in front of the lady and I bought eggs, whatever. I was paying for my food.
Yeah.
There was another Asian lady, yeah? She was like, oh, have you been to China lately? And the lady, she's asking the lady in the counter, who's working at the counter, and the lady's like, no. She's like, aren't you Chinese? No. She's like, I'm Vietnamese. I was
wow.
Goodness. Another Asian discriminating against another Asian, bro. I've never seen that before, brother.
Hey, this is
what I'm saying?
This is nafsi, man. Everybody's like myself.
That's it.
But Jabbar, man, I think just before this whole corona thing really came up, while it was still, I think, in the very early stages in China, you were away at Bali.
Yeah, we flew out at the end of January, the last day of January, and it wasn't.
As
it was
bad.
probably no, because this was 2 weeks off. Was it 2 weeks? January, end of January. So it would have been around about a month when the news came out. So we were hearing about it at the beginning, Corona, but there wasn't a lot about it. And then once it hit the news pretty hard, it was a week and a half before we flew out. So we're like, let's kind of do our research. And we were going to Bali, which a lot of tourists and stuff go. So it was kind of like a hot spot. And there wasn't much, that was the thing, we didn't know how to base our decision because there wasn't that much information about it. We'd read whatever it was. And it just came down to what's the difference between, there's multiple people going to Bali, and they're going to be going back to Perth and flights haven't got stopped. We actually had a friend that met us there because we were watching the Super Bowl when we were there. He was actually a friend of a friend. He works in China. He's Australian.
Yeah.
He studies, he teaches English in China. Yeah. And he wanted to come back to Perth. He came past Bali to watch the Super Bowl with us. And when we met him, because he landed a few days after us, he's like, yeah, I can't go back to Perth. Otherwise, I'm going to Christmas Island and they're going to detain me and all that sort of stuff. And he goes, oh, don't worry about it. I'll book the ticket back to China, after, the holiday. And then a few days later, he goes, yeah, the flights to China are banned. He can't go back. And it was him and his missus, and they had work, all that sort of stuff.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So the Chinese pretty much kicked out the Chinese.
No.
And then what?
No. He traveled to meet us in Bali.
He's supposed to go back to Australia. He can't go to Australia and he can't go to China. So he's stuck in Bali, you're telling me right now.
From Bali, because from Bali it was...
Because if he comes here, it's Christmas Island.
His Chinese are too smart.
He went to... His options were to fly to Brunei and then to China or to Thailand because they still had flights going. And yeah, so he was just telling us like what it is like in China. And it was really scary that it happens in China because him talking to people and all that news, he goes, I learned more about Corona when I left China than when I was in there because there's no Google, there's no Facebook, there's no like none of that. It's all
information
WeChat.
Is very controlled.
Pretty much WeChat unless you have like VPNs and stuff like that. So it was very controlled and he came out and he goes, oh, like,
it's crazy.
He was in Hong Kong,
crazy. And then
I love my Chinese, man. I love my Chinese.
We went and we're going to a massage parlor and right in front of the door, people on my Instagram would have saw it. They had a sign saying no one from China.
Yeah, I saw
straight
that.
up, no one from China and no one that's been to China.
SubhanAllah, you know, this place Bali. It's because I've got family that live up in Europe and whatnot, and the fact that Bali is so accessible to us makes them jealous. And now I'm just wondering that. Now, hear me out, yeah. And I'm just because I think 2017 was it? Mm-hmm. I wanted to go there as well, and then. There was this
swine flu.
It wasn't the swine flu. It was this one that was apparently dangerous for females, but men can transmit it. I don't remember. You guys were there that time. You and some of the boys went.
I didn't know.
You went, and there was this big virus spread. And then subhanAllah, sometime early, like late last year, I was thinking, inshallah, sometime this year, I want to go. And my wife actually was in Bali early February, and she was scheduled to go to China, but we said no to that.
Not happening.
And then after China, she was going to Tokyo, Japan, and we said no to that as well because health and safety pretty much comes firsthand, and it's really crazy, but. We'll leave all the medical aspects of it to the experts. But right now in Australia, what's going on? What's going on with this whole toilet paper frenzy? What's talk to me about that, man. I see obviously, but
it's pretty shocking.
It's massive
hysteria. I was at the shops today.
It's
cleaned out, man. Cleaned out.
The toilet paper's cleaned out.
So pretty much the mindset of it is, if this spreads out everywhere and everyone has to quarantine themselves at the home or whatever it is, they got to stock up on stuff.
Yeah.
And toilet paper is one of those kind of like, it's essentials. And the problem why it runs out a lot because it doesn't weigh a lot and it's really big. So on the shelves, they can only have so many. Yeah. So people are like, I might as well stock up and whatever it is. But South Australia actually manufactures the toilet paper and we have a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Like
Australia manufactures more than the population actually needs. Mm-hmm. I don't understand.
It's just
not only that, and hand sanitizers as well.
The other day on Facebook, which I rarely use, I saw a couple of the libraries with all the books gone.
Why?
Because you got to think about it, a library is a place where people congregate. Yeah. And if anything goes down, you want books. You don't want to go to the library if stuff's going down. And I think they have like 30 item limit for 3 weeks. And people just go in there, grab 30 books that they like, and then just leave. And it's just bare.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I seen on somebody's Instagram, they went on eBay and a pack of 36 I want to say what brand, just the standard brand of toilet paper in Australia is now going for $350 on eBay.
That's a joke, man. That's
just wash with water.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. It's like now when you look at social media, Facebook, you see people that are literally fighting over these things.
What do you mean? We're chilling with the boys, man. I said, look at these idiots, hey. How are you going to post 24 pack of toilet tissue for $800? I called him up. And I told him, hey, hello. Yes, available, yes. Somebody offered me $1,000. I said, I'll pay you $2,000, mate.
Yeah.
I just wanted to take the piss out of you for being an idiot. I was a bit bored. But anyway, more of the story is...
Who's the idiot though? The one paying $1,000 for it or the guy selling it for $1,000?
Well, the guy paying, because the guy selling is just...
Obviously, man, I was pulling his leg.
I know.
You know what I mean? But it's really stupid, man.
Yeah. But then
it's come to a point where even I've seen on social media, what's it called on Snapchat? I was following, what's it called, Lego Memes 101, the funny page. There was an old Chinese lady and there was like a fully grown lady in her mid-30s. They were having it like
at the end of the aisle.
I think the Coles man.
Yeah.
The Chinese are trying to slap it. They're trying to hit each other just over toilet rolls, man.
Yeah, there was one that had the whole trolley was filled with toilet rolls, and there's one left on the shelf, and she's fighting with someone that doesn't have any for that toilet roll. I'm just
apparently that one there got her whole trolley taken away. Apparently.
Oh, is it those two big chubby ladies?
I think so.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
You know, I'm thinking we should just do like a security service where we go in there and get the toilet paper for you. Like you pay us, we get it for you.
Because what really interests me is, look, we live in a first world country that prides itself in order, stability, organization, structure, a system, and you throw a little wrench in the works and everybody's mentality is just the way it spreads. That like I'm just really shocked and ashamed right now.
Let me tell you something, guys. There's a lot of sheep.
100%.
But it's not just that. You have people on both ends of the spectrum. You got people going, I'll travel. The people that get, this is what drives me crazy. It happened in America, happened in Tasmania, happened in Sydney, happened in Melbourne as well. People that have the symptoms, right, might think they might got in contact with someone like that, go to the doctors, and the doctor goes, look, stay at home for 14 days. And these guys go shopping, they go everywhere, they come back, and the doctor's like, you're positive. And
bro, not only that, I think yesterday I was reading a case in Melbourne where a medical doctor came back from the States, treated 70 patients for corona and possibilities and whatnot, and some of them being elderly and whatnot, and then 3-4 days later confirmed that he is infected. And now all 70 people have to self-quarantine.
It's part of the game, bro. He's a doctor. Of course he's going to... high chance of him getting infected. 70 people, and you're not going to get infected.
He came back from the States. He was
the one that had it.
And then he's seen 70 patients. So he's treating
I misunderstood. I understand.
But
now as a doctor, firstly, God bless all the doctors out there that are still dealing with this, with the risk.
If you're gonna big up a doctor, I think it's the doctor that figured it out first in Wuhan, China.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember his name properly, but it was everywhere. So what he did was he came out about it. Yeah. So he was testing people, blah, 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 figured out there's this new strain, something's going on. Yeah. And the police shut him down for a good few weeks before it went global. They shut him down. They even have the papers of him signing that he has to keep quiet. And he knew about what it was, and he treated and tried to help a lot of people. He's the youngest, I think, confirmed person that died. And they say it's because, and it was because he saw so many people. And in China, their social media, whatever it is, it just was banned. Yeah. They were just banning everyone, blocking everyone, and they were just going around streets doing graffitis and stuff like that. And that part of it, the fact that in China, that they were trying to self-quarantine because of an image. They don't want the image to be bad, whatever it's tourism.
Looking after the people.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking because we could have got a head start. And then it happened in January, which was Chinese New Year. So people traveling and stuff like that.
Exactly. And you and I were having a chat earlier, and one of the scarier aspects was it could take up to 14 days before you show symptoms. Yeah. But you could still be carrying and transmitting. So the likelihood of it's spreading really fast like wildfire.
Yeah, just if someone's a cashier and they got it, everyone that's going past for the whole week, for the whole 2 weeks while they're working is getting it. Family, friends.
It's not just by touch, it's airborne, through particle, coughing, sneezing.
Let me tell you guys, this coronavirus is just another form of a flu. People need to calm down.
No, I disagree. I disagree big time with you.
Different aspects of the spectrum.
Man, I've got no knowledge of coronavirus. All I know is it's some sort of disease, which if you have a weak immune system, will affect your lungs. What happens? Your lungs become inflamed.
It's dangerous. From what I've read, it's dangerous for people with low immune system, elderly, children,
but people,
and also people with asthma.
But people got to remember, with that low immune system, it's not like you got a good immune system, you got a bad immune system. That's what you have for life. You get sick other ways. You get another sort of flu. You get the measles, whatever. Something small that is treatable that breaks down your immune system. You get salmonella, your immune system crashes. Then what's going to happen?
See, that brings us to the next point, right? Which is we have a lot of people out there, first of all, that are going through the panic phase, right? The bulk buying, stocking up, thinking, you know what, I'm going to be quarantined for the rest of my life. And then you have people on the other spectrum, like my friend Elmi here.
Don't worry about
life is short, right? I've come across people like that, and I've come across people that say, look, death is guaranteed, right? Trust in Allah and go on with your life, right? Now, that is absolutely correct.
100%.
Trust in Allah.
Obviously, you got to tie that camel.
Tie that camel. Right now, you're not tying no camel. What camel are you tying?
First things first, I ain't going to travel to no China,
Okay.
no Bali,
But it's not about
no
traveling, it's about
any
spreading
South
it to you
East
and
Asian
coming
country.
here.
Don't worry, man. If I hear anyone with coronavirus that I know or I see, I'll message you, brother. I'm not going to see you for 14 days.
How do you know? We were
Bro,
just talking
you can
about
go
it.
to the shops,
Right
like I
now.
said. You can, whatever it is.
You
you
were-
I'm not gonna let this disease stop me from going.
No,
for
we're
a
not
day
saying
to day
that.
basis.
No, it's
you know
not
what I'm
gonna
saying?
stop you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, don't just say, you know what, it's out there. Take the precautions. Make sure you're on top of your hygiene.
Wash your hands, hand
Ah, of
sanitizer.
course.
100%. As Islam and the wudu and the sunnah and everything tells us.
You know, you go to the toilet, you clean yourself with the water. Bismillah.
Yeah, but
Khalas, that's all you need, cuz. Bismillah. What's the dua? الذي توكل على الله وكفى بالله وكيلا ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Khalas, brother.
100%.
That's all you need, bro. Trust in Allah, man.
But you gotta
I live my
understand,
life.
you putting-
But at the same time, I'll be precautious. Hand sanitizer, all this, whatnot. You know what I mean?
But you gotta put in, like, for you, we're here. There's not many cases in Perth. I think there's 4 and they're quarantined.
Yeah.
And we're in like a Western country where we're good. But if you're saying don't worry about it like that, someone might be traveling and they might have the same situation as me where they already booked their flights and everything and they're going to China or a place where it is infected and they go, should I go? Should I not go? And they hear people that they trust go, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like,
They will catch that flight.
they'll catch
I
that
had my
flight.
mate who's gone to one of those Asian countries as well. He had his boys sticking everything out to count it, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I stole his money on it too.
They have
Paid a lot of money for the ticket, man. It's not cheap, you know?
Yeah.
They have, I know the NHL have banned, or not banned, they stopped doing the press conference after the games. I think the Olympics said they're waiting till, they gave it a deadline. I think it's the end of this month.
Yeah.
If it's still like a big thing, they'll delay the Olympics. So
SubhanAllah, did you guys see the live footage from the Haram? Makkah?
yeah, when it was all deserted.
It's not completely empty.
Well, not completely.
They're doing it
Majority.
on the top floor. That's what I heard, man.
Alright, but even if they're doing it on top floor, has that any different to actually being in the Haram then?
Yeah.
Just
defeats the whole
that
purpose.
photo though. It's ominous.
Yeah, that photo, like, it's pretty much never like that.
Now, but from what I've been told from that photo, those photos were taken when they were
Sat
when they were
before
cleaning the
Okay, so
Saudi-
is it
sterilizing the floor.
false alarm?
Allah alam, bro.
Saudi Arabia, before even the photos and everything came out weeks ago, they said
Umrah's banned?
they're stopping people from traveling. It's just that you got to understand, especially like with the Olympics and stuff like that. That's it's not just like people in Western Australia. It's not like people in Perth coming together. It's people from everywhere in the world coming to one spot in a tight knit place and then going back.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Yeah, that 3 million people going to all corners of the world and spreading whatever
And
they
it's
have.
spreading really quickly now. So
Or Hajj might be even cancelled this year, eh?
Allahu A'lam.
Allahu A'lam. I don't know if it's ever happened in history before.
But here's the thing: if they say it, I want to see what the people do. Like, will that stop
subhanAllah,
people
man,
from trying to
I
go?
was planning to go Umrah soon, man. Oh, coronavirus, they locked it down.
Inshallah, you'll be able to go.
Yeah, no, Allah, it's really. I don't know, man. It's frightening, but then it's not as frightening. Like right now, if it was like there was a like I don't know if you guys remember back in 2003 they had that SARS flu.
They had SARS, they had mad cow disease, they had bird flu,
but those had
Ebola,
high toll
swine
rates,
flu.
right? And I think that's what's really giving people on both sides of the spectrum their view. On one side, it doesn't have a high death toll, but on the other side, like you said, it's really early. We don't know the extent of this.
It's spreading really fast.
And I was thinking about it, and if you do get infected, and it's just flu-like symptoms for now, right? And there's no cure for it. Does that mean you're gonna have those flu-like symptoms pretty much indefinitely?
For what? For the rest of your life? No. Come on now.
So
What
if
do
it's
you
not
mean?
curable, then
How do you
Obviously,
know?
your immune system is going to realize, hey,
Bro,
I just got the flu.
it's not the flu though. People always think that it's a flu. It's like saying, like AIDS, you get HIV, you're stuck with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the thing is I'm not saying it is for life. I'm not saying it isn't for life. It's the
don't
fact
know
that
right
we
now.
don't know. and coming out and saying it is one thing or the other, that kind of gets that.
You know what? I can't say anything. I don't know anything about coronavirus.
To me, the
do my
interesting
research first before I start making statements.
I think that's the first step. Do your research so you know what steps to take.
I'll come back to you, bro.
I think with your point of it being scary but not that scary, it's scary because we don't know, and also it's not that scary because we don't know. Because it could go either way. If they come out and they go, hey, there's a lot, like it's so bad, we don't know what to do. It's mutating. There's other effects after a certain period of time. Everyone's gonna go crazy.
Let me tell you something.
You know,
we buy things from China. They don't last long. So you know what I say? Coronavirus don't last long. I'm serious, man. You go to the shop. This is made in China. It's gonna last about 2 weeks. True or not? I'm telling the truth.
What do you mean?
Chinese.
Yeah.
He's saying Chinese products are cheap and they don't last long. Therefore, the coronavirus.
My theory is
this
coronavirus ain't gonna last long.
It's not very effective.
No.
But here's the thing. Also, if it isn't, let's say it ends up not being this crazy, huge ordeal, right?
Therefore,
if we took it seriously compared to if we didn't, and either way it still ends, what would be the difference in the death toll? You know what I mean? So just because it could end or whatever it is doesn't mean to jeopardize those people, right? Because if you end up being sick, I work at a hospital. There's a lot of people there that are sick, coming out of surgery, have illnesses and stuff like that. You walk in there, right? How would you feel knowing that, like, let's say you walk in there, they all get infected, most of them die, whatever happens, and then 3 weeks later they find a cure, it's not a big deal. People will be walking around and say it's not a big deal, but how do you feel?
Yeah. It's crazy.
So
it's crazy.
to limit that is important.
The way
we're gonna be thankful for our health, man. We're healthy, alhamdulillah, you know.
Yeah. Now the way I go about it is pretty much expect the worst but hope for the best.
Yeah, and live your life.
And in the Hadith Prophet Allah did not create a disease without creating a cure. It's just a matter of, will we find it? Will Allah allow us to find it? And when? You know what I mean? Like right now, these diseases such as AIDS, cancer, there is a cure out there. There is a cure out there.
That's what they say. Conspiracy, bro.
The Prophet ﷺ guaranteed it. Allah did not create a disease
you're right.
without a cure. Whether we find it, whether we will ever find it, whether He will allow us to ever find it, is a different scenario altogether. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
But we ask Allah for shifa to cure all those sick. To keep us, alhamdulillah, healthy people in good health. And I think we're at a time where you really you can't limit, but just be wary of the height of the environment that you're in, the people you're around, limiting the contact with people that you don't really know I saw a little video on Facebook where people are greeting each other by tapping their feet together.
That's ridiculous, bro.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, you never really know. You know what I mean? And that's what we're here to discuss. In terms of this whole panic frenzy, I'm really disappointed. In Australia, I came across a little post where it said it's an African mother and a kid talking. So the little kid wastes a bit of toilet paper, and then the mom's like, "Some poor kids in Australia need toilet paper." It's crazy how things flip.
There's also another one where you see them wrapped around in a bunch of toilet paper, and it says how Australians prevent coronavirus.
It's I don't understand. Like if it was food that they're stocking up on. And even hand sanitizers, and I think you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think soap and water is more effective than hand sanitizers.
So I work at a hospital, and with hand sanitizers, there's different time. Hand sanitizer is one of those quick things. You come out of a room, you touch the door, but you still got to wash your hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't replace soap and water. It's for those times where you don't either have access to it, or like you said, that quick thing.
So if your hands are dirty, you don't just use hand sanitizer.
You wash it first.
You wash it and you clean it. If you touch something and it doesn't really look too dirty, it's light, that's when you use hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Or you're gonna be, opening, like you said, opening doors, closing doors, things like that.
Cough into your elbow.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't just sneeze out loud.
And then on that note, we're talking about it today. A lot of these health ministers or whatnot talking about don't touch your face. And then the footage of a couple of minutes later, they're all touching their face. Their mouth,
or people saying, it's fine, we're under control, my coffee's okay, and they're standing in front of an audience, and the next thing you know, they're positive.
It's crazy. So, Allah, we'll see how it goes, and we'll constantly make dua to Allah to keep us safe.
I don't want to really go off topic, but the whole mass hysteria thing it lends to, I see it as two things. I see it as one, as people always wanting to know things.
Yeah.
So if they don't know something or we don't know something, they'll fill it with something.
Yeah.
So we don't know much about coronavirus. Okay, it's this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
And what they think it is and what they fill it in is based on what they consume. So what news they watch and stuff like that. So you'll have someone that goes, coronavirus, there's nothing wrong with it. But when you watch where they get their news from or whatever it is, it's all people saying it's fine. And then you see the person going mad hysteria, ripping toilet paper, and where they get their news from or whatever it is saying, do that. So you kind of like get your information from all sources and make sure you sift through what is actually fact and what is fiction.
And don't fall between the cracks. Don't be the person that hasn't prepared, and don't be the person that has over prepared.
It's all fiction.
Has 4 years worth of toilet paper.
Yeah. Get a bunker, shotgun, get ready, for the apocalypse.
Yeah. See, now that will be a different scenario. I reckon an apocalypse will be more fun than anything else, to be honest.
I don't want to die from a cough. Let me fight.
But we'll see.
What's that movie, World War Z? Remember how they get
those movies
and they start going crazy?
Nah, it's those things will never come to pass.
You know the scariest stuff about that? I know we're going kind of off topic. Is where you can see where it actually works. So like we talk about zombies and stuff, that's silly. If you look in the Amazon, there's actually fungus that bore into insects sort of minds and stuff like that, and actually move and control and do all that sort of stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah, different animals and birds crazy, and stuff like that. And you're watching it and you're going,
what now?
Yeah, David Attenborough, bro. Man. With his voice just explaining it to you. I can show you the video. And then you're just sitting there at like 3 a.m. as you're going down the rabbit hole going, what about if one of those mutates and humans can get it? And you have to
Australia's pretty big.
You gotta pay Fajr, man, and you just gotta pay 2 rak'ah.
Don't worry, bro. Alice Springs, man.
We're watching that after the episode.
Yeah, no, he's not going to sleep tonight, man.
We'll close up on that, inshallah. Yeah. Like I said, may Allah keep you guys all safe and healthy in sound health. And if anybody's infected or anybody that's infected, make dua for them. We make dua for them, inshallah.
And if you think you're infected, stay away from me for 2 weeks.
Stay away from everybody for 2 weeks. And I think that's the most important thing. And Jabbar mentioned
go see a doctor.
Yeah, don't take it lightly. Like
you got a cough, go.
Yeah. Even if you haven't felt the symptoms or whatnot, like that's the thing. It takes 14 days for the symptoms to kick in.
And then when you do get the symptoms, it might be light.
Exactly. You don't think you're okay because you're literally carrying a virus, and ain't nobody want to be around you if you're carrying a virus.
I work at a hospital as well. Don't just walk in, call in.
Yeah.
Do not just walk in. Call your doctor. Tell
so
them
they
you
can
got
prepare.
it. Yeah, and also it's kind of like, imagine just walking in going, I might have the coronavirus, into an emergency room or into somewhere like that. It's silly.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And we can understand that panic, but then
because the panic makes you not think right.
Yeah. And the devastation.
All right. Let me tell you a story. I just remember now. I was in the shop again. You know when you have hay fever, I just had a shower.
Yeah.
And the cold wind hits you. Bruh, I was sneezing like a shotgun, bro.
Yeah.
And I was in the shop.
Everybody running.
I swear to God, bro.
Allah's the list.
It's crack up. It's hay fever, man.
Bro, forget the shops. We're recording right now. If you sneeze right now,
I'm running. I'm gone, bro.
Sore throat, guys. 2 days ago.
Bro, sore throat today is not something to be taken lightly. Sneeze,
go to a doctor tomorrow,
is not
bro.
something to be taken lightly.
I must need to see the doctor.
Yeah, you should.
Inshallah.
How you telling us this now and then rocking up to record the podcast like everything's alright?
I'm drinking out of your cup. You better make sure you watch this, bro.
Take that cup with you. Nah. Inshallah, catch you guys next week.
Yeah.